the Global Consciousness Project, proof of a hive mind? Welcome back to Hive Mind, the dawn of telepathic humanity. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and in today's episode, we're going to step out of the lab and into the ether. Because long before Neuralink, long before DARPA, long before startups were selling brain-to-brain tech, a different kind of network was already whispering beneath the surface. Not powered by chips, wires, or implants, but by something deeper, subtle, collective, a strange phenomenon that even science couldn't fully explain. Today, we're talking about the Global Consciousness Project, a quiet 25-year experiment that may prove we've been linked all along. Let's start with the basics. The Global Consciousness Project, or GCP, began in the late 1990s as a joint venture between researchers at Princeton University's Peer Lab, Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research, and a global network of collaborators. Their question was simple but radical. Can human consciousness affect the physical world, at scale? And if so, can we measure it? To test this, they placed random number generators, RNGs, at nodes all over the world. These machines are designed to output completely unpredictable streams of numbers, like flipping a coin 1,000,000 times. But what if those streams stopped being random during moments of global emotional intensity? What if, when billions of minds were unified by a single event, something shifted in the math itself? It sounds impossible, until you look at the data. On September 11th, 2001, before the planes hit, before the world fully knew what was happening, the RNGs began to spike. Not just in New York, not just in the US, but globally. The numbers stopped being random. They formed subtle patterns. The same thing happened during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, during the funeral of Princess Diana, during major World Cup matches, New Year's Eve celebrations, and mass meditations. In moment after moment of collective focus, whether it was joy, grief, or unity, the randomness broke. And that shouldn't be possible. Statistically, the machines should never correlate. But they did. Over and over. Enough to suggest that consciousness, not just yours, not just mine, but ours, may be forming a planetary field, a ripple, a pulse, a hive. This isn't New Age theory. This is peer-reviewed data. The GCP database now contains decades of readings across dozens of countries, and the anomalies are consistent. Something happens when we feel together, when we lock in emotionally across space, when we collectively experience awe, terror, shock, or reverence, the world itself responds. And maybe, so do we. Because if consciousness can shape machines, what else is it shaping? What if every moment of shared emotion is building something larger, something emergent? Not just a social fabric, but an energetic lattice. A network of minds that, whether we admit it or not, are entangled. When you grieve, I feel it. When you celebrate, I lift. When we focus together, the grid shifts. That's not poetry, that's telemetry. The implications are massive. It suggests that we've always been connected. That the brain is not just a receiver, but a transmitter. That we're not individuals walking through a vacuum, but nodes in a subtle global ecosystem of thought. This is the ancient wisdom that modern science tried to laugh at, only to rediscover it in the randomness of machines. And here's where it gets even stranger. The GCP data sometimes shows pre-event spikes, not just responses to tragedy, but signals that precede the moment itself. Before the 9/11 attacks, the global RNG network began shifting hours earlier. Before major tsunamis, earthquake deaths, or mass political upheaval, there are pulses. Not always, not predictably, but enough to make you wonder, is consciousness predictive? Are we sensing what hasn't happened yet? Is the hive not only reactive but prophetic? This opens a door we're not ready for. Because if we're linked, if we feel together, if we know together, then what happens when we're manipulated together? What happens when a single message, emotion, or event is engineered to hijack that global field? What if the hive is programmable? Let's bring this back to the present. Right now, brain-to-brain technology is being sold as something new. Neural links, telepathic wearables, emotion-sharing platforms. But the Global Consciousness Project suggests something ancient is being tapped, not created. These systems aren't inventing the hive. They're monetizing it, trapping it in a controlled interface, taking something organic and wrapping it in a skin of surveillance. Because unlike the GCP, which passively observes, modern brain tech collects. It categorizes, it personalizes, and it sells. The feeling you had during a mass tragedy isn't just logged, it becomes a data point. The surge of hope during a global concert? That becomes an algorithmic trigger. What the GCP stumbled into, the tech world is now trying to own. But there's a deeper layer here. What if the hive is our immune system? What if those collective pulses, those moments of planetary coherence, are how we protect ourselves from disaster, fear, spiritual collapse? What if the hive activates when truth is in danger? What if it's trying to warn us? And what happens when that system is drowned out by artificial noise? TikTok trends, doom scrolling, manufactured outrage, crisis after crisis. We may be so saturated with stimulation that the global signal can no longer rise above the static. our natural telepathy, drowned in distraction, our coherence, scattered by design. So now we stand at a crossroads. One path leads to integration, a conscious hive, a humanity that chooses to link, not through implants, but through empathy, through prayer, through presence, a network not of tech, but of truth. The other path leads to imitation, a synthetic hive, controlled, scanned, optimized, one where the signal is filtered through code, where the field is mined for profit, where our entanglement is reduced to bandwidth. So what do? We remember that we've always been connected, that the proof of our unity is not just in mystic scripture, but in scientific data, that every moment of compassion strengthens the grid, every shared intention clarifies the signal, every act of presence reinforces the hive. Let me leave you with this. The hive mind isn't coming. It's already here. You've felt it. In the silence before tragedy, in the pulse of collective joy, in the dreams that echo with meanings bigger than you. The field is real. The link is alive. And the question now is not can we connect, but how will we use that connection? With reverence or with code? Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.